John Adams. Learn English through historical stories about U.S. presidents. Improve English. The story consists of 3 parts. Part 1, The Revolutionary Voice. Part 2, Trials of the Presidency. Part 3, Legacy Beyond the Presidency. Part 1, The Revolutionary Voice. Chapter 1, A Loud Patriot Born in a Quiet Town. Born on October 30th, 1735 in Braintree, Massachusetts, now Quincy, John Adams came into the world in a modest farmhouse. His father was a farmer and church deacon, and his mother came from a long line of colonial leaders. Early on, Adams felt torn between a life of modest peace and a rising fire to shape the world around him. He graduated from Harvard College in 1755, initially uncertain whether to become a minister, a scholar, or a lawyer. Eventually, he chose law, a profession that allowed him to pursue justice with words, logic, and fierce independence. His writing style was sharp, his voice even sharper. Adams didn't just want liberty, he demanded it. His speeches and essays burnt with passion and stirred hearts. Chapter 2, The Lawyer Who Defended Redcoats in 1770. British soldiers opened fire on colonists in what became known as the Boston Massacre. Tensions in the colonies were boiling. Few dared defend the soldiers accused of murder. John Adams did. Despite sympathizing with the patriot cause, Adams believed in justice above all. Facts are stubborn things, he declared, and in court he argued the soldiers had acted in self-defense. Against all odds, he won. The case cost him friends, but earned him national respect. He showed that the rule of law mattered more than vengeance. His courage set him apart. Chapter 3, Leading Toward Revolution. By the early 1770s, Adams was helping lead the resistance against British rule. He served as a delegate to the First and Second Continental Congresses, where his speeches thundered for independence. He nominated George Washington to lead the Continental Army. He pushed for creating a navy, and in July 1776, he was on the committee that drafted the Declaration of Independence. Though Thomas Jefferson wrote most of it, Adams was its fiercest defender and advocate. "You will never know how much it cost my generation to preserve your freedom," Adams once wrote. "I hope you will make good use of it." Chapter 4, Diplomat and Founding Father. After independence was declared, Adams crossed the Atlantic to secure support for the new nation. He served as a diplomat in France, the Netherlands, and eventually Great Britain itself. He helped negotiate the Treaty of Paris in 1783, ending the Revolutionary War. Later, as the first American ambassador to Britain, he faced lingering tensions with the former enemies, but held firm to American dignity. In 1789, George Washington became the first president. Adams, highly respected and politically experienced, became America's first vice president. The role was ill-defined and often frustrating. Adams called it the most insignificant office that ever the invention of man contrived. Yet he remained loyal. He presided over the Senate with diligence and prepared himself for what came next. Chapter 5, The Second President. In 1796, John Adams ran for president and won. He became the second president of the United States, defeating Thomas Jefferson in a bitter election. His presidency was fraught with challenges. France and Britain were at war, threatening American neutrality. At home, political factions deepened. Adams's Federalist allies wanted confrontation with France. Democratic Republicans like Jefferson wanted reconciliation. In 1798, after the XYZ affair, an incident in which French diplomats demanded bribes, Adams resisted calls for war and pursued peace instead. This decision may have cost him politically, but it preserved the fragile young republic. Chapter 6, Defeat and Reflection. In 1800, Adams lost re-election to Thomas Jefferson. The campaign was bitter and personal. Adams left Washington quietly, skipping Jefferson's inauguration. But his final act as president was powerful. He appointed John Marshall as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Marshall would shape constitutional law for decades, anchoring Adams' long-term impact. Adams returned to Quincy. There, he wrote letters, farmed his land, and reflected on the revolution he had helped ignite. He and Jefferson, once allies turned rivals, began exchanging letters in old age. Their correspondence, thoughtful, witty, and wise, endured for years. Chapter 7, Final Days and Lasting Words. On July 4th, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, John Adams passed away. His last words were reportedly, "Thomas Jefferson survives." Unbeknownst to him, Jefferson had died just hours earlier the same day. It was a poetic departure, two founding giants, reunited in history.